The rumors are true. Tonight, Naomi announced that she is pregnant.
If I had a rant for every time the women's championship was vacated due to pregnancy, I'd have 2 rants, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. The fact that Becky Lynch herself made a tweet saying how irresponsible it is to get pregnant while champion is funny. But now the question is, what is WWE gonna do about the Women's World Championship? Because unless you forgot, Stephanie Vaquer is still the #1 contender and was supposed to fight for the Women's World Championship at Clash in Paris. I heard someone suggest they should do a tournament, but that feels unfair for Stephanie Vaquer because she already had to go through a battle royal to become #1 contender for the title. And Clash in Paris is in 2 weeks. She was already supposed to fight for this title at the event. See, what I would have done is that I would have made a battle royal next week on Monday Night Raw, not to crown a new champion, but to crown another contender to fight Stephanie Vaquer at Clash in Paris for the vacant Women's World Championship. And I would have had the winner be Io Sky. Because Stephanie and Io have already had 2 one-on-one matches this year that both ended in a no contest. So to have their 3rd match at Clash in Paris to finally decide who's actually better, and this time with the added benefit of walking out with the Women's World Championship, seems like an easy layup. And before you bring up the fact that Io is in a storyline with Rhea Ripley and Asuka, this could also benefit the storyline as well. Io could tell Asuka and Kairi not to get involved in her championship match with Stephanie, but then during the match, Asuka is the only one to go out there and try and help Io win, despite the fact that Io told her not to get involved, which brings Rhea Ripley out to try and get Asuka out of the way. This causes a distraction, which allows Stephanie Vaquer to win. Not only will you have Stephanie Vaquer as the new Women's World Championship, you still further the storyline with Io, Rhea, Asuka, and Kairi, and you still leave the door open to have Io and Stephanie Vaquer have a rematch, this time with nobody getting involved. But knowing WWE, they probably won't be doing that.